Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this month's chapter marketing meetup. Today, we are discussing creating with Canva, exploring the latest updates for your chapter's marketing. All right. I'm Gina Florzak, the CCIM Institute's Manager of Content Strategy and Publications. And with me are two of my esteemed colleagues from the CCIM Institute. Reese Fullerlove, he is the Vice President of Sales, Marketing, and Communications, and Emily Pleasant, Marketing Specialist, as well as Hannah Donegan. She is our Marketing Manager. She is not on our call today, but she is definitely a very valuable member of the marketing team. We're going to go through the presentation today, and we'll have a few minutes left at the end for some Q&A. Feel free to ask questions throughout using the Q&A feature at the bottom of the screen. We'll be holding all questions until the end of the presentation. Today's chapter marketing meetup will be recorded and emailed to everyone after the event. Now, let's get started. Reese, I'll turn it over to you.
Thanks, Gina. So hopefully I got to talk to a lot of you at Salt Lake City at the chapter officer training. One of the takeaways that I heard there is making these chapter marketing meetups a little bit more of a collaborative learning session. And so this is our first, I don't want to say first because we've had previous ones, but one note that I heard you, we heard you, and this is one of the first of what's going to be many more collaborative learning type of chapter meetup conversations. So what I'm looking forward to today, again, these are micro learning sessions, so we can't, if we had all the time in the world, we'd probably spend a couple days doing all this. So want to give them bite-sized chunks today. So this first one is going to really talk about Canva and our brand standards and how we got here. We're not going to really get into the nuts and bolts of how does Canva work and the nuance of like font size and things like that. That will be a future one, but what we really want to do today is level set, remind everyone about our brand and what our brand standards are and what are the tools that as an institute that we offer you all to help you get out there and communicate your great message. So really looking forward to it. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Emily, who's going to lead us in this conversation today. Over to you, Emily.
Perfect. Hello, everybody. Alrighty. Well, as mentioned, my name is Emily, and I've been working with the CCIM for over 3 months. I have experience in managing accounts and vendors in brand marketing and coaching them through learning basic digital marketing skills. So I'm excited to be here with all of you today and talk about a few ways that we can enhance your marketing skills for your chapters. So to kick us off, let's take a look at the CCIM brand. I've been working through revamping some of the creative that we use with the CCIM brand, and so I wanted to share that all with you here today and for a reminder almost. I want to revisit our mission statement and what's called our voice, which is basically like the tone of our messaging. So our purpose is that the CCIM Institute elevates our members to the highest level of success in the commercial real estate profession through networking, education, and market intelligence. So here we're telling our industry and our audience what we do, why we do it, and what we aim to accomplish. So we can also call this like our establishment statement. Our voice is our personality put into a few words. So our words are competence, credibility, and commitment. These can describe the way that we carry and portray ourselves and our mission through our digital media and our spoken word media and our written media. So statements using statements like confidence in your career, authority in the marketplace, being an expert in the commercial real estate. So why am I mentioning all of these voices and mission statements and such? Because brand image is very important. And so to uphold our brand, we need to follow a couple standards to, stay within the lines of what is acceptable and what is not acceptable to the organization. So brand standards are a set of guidelines that help maintain consistency in how our brand is represented across different platforms and mediums. They uphold our purpose and values as an organization, and we strive to be recognized as the best industry. So a good few practices of brand standards are for several reasons. It creates consistency, and it shows that we are professional, we are reliable to our audience and our members. It creates brand recognition, so people immediately recognize that we are the best, and they know our logo and they know our colors, they know what to expect. It builds trust and credibility as it upholds our mission of being the best in the industry. It creates effective communication, so we're all visually talking the same, we're all, content talking the same. That way it's not confusing, our messaging is not confusing. It helps us legally, things like copyright infringement, things like misuse of logos, colors. It enhances our marketing efforts, which is what we are here for today. It helps us stay within the latest trends. It prevents us from getting stale, and that way we're not tone deaf when we're speaking to our audiences. And this especially leads into the last one, which is adaptability, which allows our organization to grow. So implementing brand standards, is a strategic move because it supports the overall health and growth of the organization. So we want our messaging to connect in order to be engaging and to grow our membership numbers. And in revisiting these, we are building the framework to the future of our brand. So we felt like it was a good time to reignite the brand and engage our members. And in doing so, since we are all dedicated to the success of the brand, we're here to help guide you in a few marketing efforts. And again, one place to start is to re-engaging the CCIM's brand. So to get you ahead, we've put together a few mini brand kits for each chapter with everything that you will need to create digital and print assets. I've included a few downloadable PDFs that will be sent to you along with the recordings for some guides that will be helpful for you also. So in these chapter brand kits, each chapter will receive their own brand kit. And in the brand kits, they will have all of the logos that you will need pertaining to your chapter. They will be transparent logos. They will have the full colors, black and white options also. They will be the vertical ones or the horizontal ones. It comes with a color palette. It has everything programmed in it already, but on the guide, I have the information that you'll need for color matching. If you're sending things off to the printer, if you're creating something from scratch, that's what the guide is for. It includes typography, which is like our fonts and what we use for headers, what we use for body text. That way we don't have different types of fonts being used. That's why it keeps us recognizable. I've also included some imagery. There's a mood board on this guide, so to speak, as to what types of images we're looking for when we're posting. We are going to have like an image library that you can choose from that is all CCIM, so you can get creative. This will also include some social media templates. There will be some Instagram posts, LinkedIn posts. I can get you started with a few drag and drop kind of designs, along with some flyer templates of, for events and for signups and for QR codes and things like that. We encourage you to have the creative freedom within these branding materials. I do not want to stipend anybody's sort of creativeness at all, me being creative myself. But just to get you started, what is acceptable and what is, not going to fly. If you find something that you like that's not a template, that's totally great and it works as long as it is, again, within our brand standards. If it's with a theme of a campaign, obviously we can add some things to that. If you have any questions when you're creating, just let us know. We can get you started. Along with the brand kits, I've also made a mini social media guide for you. It comes with some best practices. It will have the profile picture examples. So if you have yet to update your channels on social media, profile pictures with the new logos, no old pins, no old fonts, things like that. There's a few options you can choose. There's some examples there on the guide. There are some optimal digital sizes for your social media assets. If you are starting from scratch, there are some sizes that are, what the platform likes and what it will push out towards the algorithm more. There's some hints about tagging the CCIM in your posts. There's multiple ways that you can do this. So this helps keep people engaged. It helps boost your numbers. It helps boost our numbers. If you're tagging us in the post, if you're collaborating with us on the feed, or if you simply just tag us in your caption, it builds that brand recognition of, the full organization. I have some helpful trending hashtags for you to use. Most of these are evergreen, so they pertain to certain topics within the industry, or just the CCIM as a whole, or the chapter of the CCIM. So there's some templated guides there that you can use. And then I also, again, have a social media mood board, so to speak, with some examples. I've seen a couple chapters posting already, like what I see. Keep going. Again, like if there are other things that you want to post that are not a template that I've created, by all means. But I have started a few just to get you ahead of the game if you're lost or need some inspiration. So where can you find all of your chapters brand kits? So these will be hosted in Canva, and Canva is a free design tool. It's a software website. You can also download an app for your desktop. We'll show you an in-depth look of how Canva is used in an upcoming webinar. So you can start creating content for your channels and such. First, we want to update our branding and the branding kits. So every chapter has their own kit with the fonts uploaded, the colors uploaded, your logos, and then you can start building your photo libraries of, when you have events, when you're going and talking to folks. If you have any photos that you want to post or use, you can upload them into your brand kit to use as like a photo library. To start, we'll have one admin account per chapter. We can manage the account associated with your folder. And if any chapter has questions as to what is the login, what are the credentials, what email do I use, we do suggest that you use the CCIM chapter email if you have one. But again, we can help you with that. Any questions about the account information, you can reach out to Hannah. I have our contact information at the end here in this presentation. So again, would love for you to create your own account with your CCIM email and familiarize yourself with Canva. I've included a couple helpful links some tutorials that can get you started so you can familiarize yourself. So you're ready for when the brand kits are ready shortly. I've also created a downloadable PDF for you to, how to create an account, log in, kind of the highlights of where things are, how to navigate the dashboard and the menu, and then how to find your chapter's organization, your chapter's folder, and where things are. Again, there are some helpful links down here also, so you can use, their YouTube links, their Canva links of their tutorials to get started. And I am excited for you all to get started engaging your audiences again on your social media channels. If you have any further questions, we are happy to help you. We're happy to guide you. I'm looking forward to the next webinar series to help you enhance your digital marketing skills. Our email addresses are here on the slide, myself and Hannah's. Additional resources are also here on the slides, and the 3 guides that you can receive to download to start creating. I'm excited to see what you all create with your new brand kits, and I hope you have fun. So I appreciate you all being here today. Thank you for your time. And yeah. I'll open up the floor to questions.
Thank you so much, Emily, Reese. Wonderful presentation. We're all very excited about the new brand toolkits and new opportunities to best market the CCIM Institute chapters. So we have a very first question that came in from the audience. It's really a really good question. Tina Yap asked, are these Canva accounts different from what we already have provided to the chapters? This is a completely different account, or is it the same one, just updated?
I believe it's the same one, just updated. I know that Hannah and I have recently gone through all of the chapter folders and have assigned whoever was there first, or a CCIM chapter email associated with the folder. So there are a couple that don't have folders. And again, we have a list, so we can reach out to you specifically and say, hey, what email would you like associated with this? Who's the admin? Who's the go-to? But these are the same folders that you have been working out of. We are just in the process of getting new imagery and setting up some templates, getting rid of the old imagery, our old pin, old fonts and things like that. So if you do see things disappearing, I apologize. I will, if there's something specific that you want to keep in there, I can keep it in there, make a copy, just update the branded items. So that's totally fine also. We don't have to start on a clean slate by any means, but things that do have the old pin logo and the old fonts and colors and such will be getting a refresh.
So what you're saying, Emily, is that the same login that the chapter administrators were using in the past will still grant them access to the Canva account. It's not any different. It's just been refreshed.
Yes, it should be. And if you're having any issues with logging in, again, let us know. We can easily add your credentials in there and then they will work.
Excellent. And how many accounts does each chapter get? How many
Right now we're just doing one as we're setting up all of these brand kits. If you are interested in if you're using the Canva, you can either, between your chapters, you can either sign in with the credentials of the account that is with the folder, or you can we can invite your account to the folder so you can have access to it with your personal CCIM account.
Excellent. So it's one account per chapter.
Yes.
And if they wanted to have other people access their account, they'd either need to share that information amongst their chapter, or they can reach out to us for further instruction.
Yes.
Perfect. All right, we got a question about some legal protection. What has the CCIM Institute offered for legal protection to the brand and members?
So I'll go ahead and take that one. So just like any other time when you roll out a new brand, there's all these legal protections go through it. The Institute itself, while we don't have legal representation on staff, what we do is when we have these questions that come up, we refer to NAR, who does have the legal. We took a lot of the branding standards that NAR did with the same legal type of protections that go along with it. So what we really do is address them as they come up, but it's just mainly using the consistency, and people who are not using our brand in a applicable way. Most of the time we'll just send a cease and desist letter to correct those things, but we'll address them and get the proper legal representation as it comes up.
Thank you, Reese. We have some brand questions here regarding, looks like there are some questions coming in about current projects that are in the folders that the chapters have already created. Emily, can you briefly talk about the plans for those?
Yeah. Again, we encourage you in your creative freedom to create, what works for your chapters, what is speaking to your audience. Again, I don't want to clean house and start from a clean slate. We are just going in to make sure that the branding is updated. Again, like you don't have an old CCIM logo in there. You don't have the pin logo, that the red is the correct red and things like that. So while I'm in there while I'm in there uploading things for the brand kits, in your chapter folder, if I see like a design that you've created before and it has like the old logo on it, I can go ahead and go in there and just exchange the logo easy for you. But yeah, that's all that we just ask about the just keeping the brand updated and not necessarily just like starting from scratch or deleting anything. If you don't have anything in there, that's where the templates can come in, is if you're trying to look for something to post and you're not exactly sure, the best way, or, everything else looks the same, we need something different. There will be a few options that you can drag and drop images, your chapter logo into, and, type and get your messaging out there. There's prompts, don't forget to delete this text box because you're supposed to put the logo here type thing. So, those things we can definitely go over more when we do our 101 tutorial.
Excellent. It's really an out of the box brand, not only brand kit, but brand helper too, to make sure that everything is in coordinates with our new brand standards. It's awesome. Can you talk a little bit about what support or resources are available if the chapters do have questions using the new updates?
Yeah, absolutely. Canva has a robust blog. They have a lot of video tutorials on their website. So if you're looking to start from the very beginning, they have a get started. Some of those links I included are the get started links, how to use Canva. If you're kind of intermediate and you know how to use Canva already, there are other ones in there of like how to create from a template, how to make a shadow on your text, how to, change the occupancy of the image or something like that. So there are other design aspects that you can learn from Canva, and they do have a very large like tutorial resource page on their website.
Excellent. Chapter marketing on the chapter resources page has some robust examples of how to make updates and do some pretty cool things with Canva as well. During this brand modernization process, we've gone through phases. So we're sort of at the tail end of making sure that everything's updated with the new logo and the new brands. Are there plans in the future to take the marketing resources and really make that more robust as well?
Yes, absolutely. Like we don't want to stay stale with the same imagery every quarter. We can come in every quarter and help with new templates. We can so it can be refreshed. We can definitely communicate as to like, these are the topics we're talking about this month, or give you some ideas about what to post, what content to post. So that's definitely something we can do. Anytime you have questions, you can reach out to us too.
I'm going to chime in here too. One thing when I was at chapter officer training, I talked about is we need your help too. So in addition from us trying to push down content, you guys are literally, I used to say when I was there, you guys are at the tip of the spear where our members are really having the most engagement. You guys get some of the best visual content. Our CCIMs out there between the networking events actually doing their job. Those type of best pictures practices, again, where we're trying to eventually form a better community so we can all share the good ideas of the templates, but share the imagery. Because you guys are really the ones out there getting the great imagery. We can only do so much from our building here in Chicago. So I would encourage you all to also push that content up to us as well.
Absolutely. Yes, we would love to use imagery, because we don't always want to use stock photos. So we definitely need something that represents CCIM, represents our chapters, our members, and we would love to use your content.
Emily Reese, will there be additional, more in-depth training for using and creating in Canva?
Yeah, I'll answer that one, and then Emily can come in too with maybe some more details. But yeah, we fully want to make this a more collaborative type of session. This was getting everyone to understand. We knew that we were going to have a variety of people knowing what the Canva tool was, who are in it every day, making fantastic products, to people that this is a brand new. So we wanted to level set, make sure everyone's on the same page. And then as we keep having subsequent engagements, we are going to have more of that one-on-one, like, okay, here's how you make a flyer, here's how you, and each one will continue to build, almost like taking like your community college type of class. I think that's where Emily's trying to go, where each time we'll build on the previous lessons and continue to show what those best practices are as we also learn how to use it. Because the other thing too is Canva is always constantly evolving. And so there's new tools, new ways to do it. That is going to help us make these even better. Emily, anything else you want to add?
No, I think you covered that. Definitely for sure would love to stay, keep us updated and work together and collaborate.
Excellent. All right. Well, it looks like there are no more questions in the queue. So I wanted to thank you, Emily, Reese, for your time today. We are all very excited about the new updates in Canva, and please, everyone, look for more information coming from the CCIM Institute marketing team on Canva, as well as a Canva cheat sheet that will be included with the recording of today's webinar. That is it for us today. Thank you all for joining. The recording will be available also on the chapter marketing resources page. Just scroll all the way to the bottom and all of the webinars are there for you. Our next meetup will be September 19th at 1 p.m. Central. Look for the topic and the Zoom link in the coming weeks. And while you wait, please take a few moments to give us your ideas for an upcoming chapter marketing meetup in our online poll. The link is available in our meeting requests or on the chapter marketing resources page. If you have any questions, feel free to email us at chaptermarketing@ccim.com. And have a great rest of your day, everyone.